Well, here we go. We're back. Episode 7 of Beer, Together. We still haven't worked out whether the comma is required, nor have we ever talked about it. So while Matt and I go away and have a punctuation conversation, cue the music. So, Matt, what are we having today? And why am I shaking and thinking, I just want to end this and go home?
This was your fault. You chose this beer. I didn't. It is from the Buxton Brewery and it's fresh pulp. It's a double dry hopped NEIPA. And it's coming in at 6%. And
wow.
I will say that when you showed me this, or when you said, right, these are the beers we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Why? Why are we doing this one? This is ridiculous. So it has, on the can, it has what seems to be a rabid fruit.
I think it's a passion fruit.
Is it?
It's a passion fruit.
Why is that a passion fruit? It looks like a snake. It looks like a cross between some kind of
Well, it's got a pineapple. Hang on, let's open it first. Right, cool. Back to the can. It's got a pineapple, it's got a watermelon, it's got something that looks like I don't know what that thing with the cherry on top is. I'm assuming it's a fruit of some sort. Mangoes. It's definitely a rabid passion fruit. And we're having
eyes. It's got eyes and slightly surprised. It's slightly surprised eyebrows. It looks as though something's entering it from behind. It's not very happy about it either.
And we're having this in a 440 can. And what dreads me is it's 6%. Okay, so I poured it. Let's give it a sniff. Oh my God, it's Mbongo.
It is. It isn't as Mbongo as all that. I've just tasted it without. I'll taste it again now.
It's hazy.
It's a.
If we put this out on video, Matt's expression when he just took a sip of it is well worth you just listening to watching the video.
It isn't. It's not for me.
He did a great.
It might grow on me. It might grow. Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like something. As long as I didn't look like I'd been entered
from behind, and you're a passion
from behind in that way. Oh, it's not so nice.
What is it that gives it? It's very hazy.
It is. So,
what gives it?
As I said, it's a double dry hopped NEIPA, which means
right. So
that
I was going to say from our. That's what I keep referring to.
You did all the dry hopping on our epic failures.
Yeah. Maybe having a long set would have helped on that one. So dry hopping, you leave it in a cool storage area in the dark while it's going through all its bubbly stuff and creating all the alcohol. And you come along and you very carefully sterilise every aspect of your life, and you chuck the dry hops in and reseal it again. So you're putting the hops in through, so the oils become more and more prevalent throughout. Did I get that right?
Yeah,
so
that's in my understanding.
Double dry hopping means you do it twice through the fermentation process. And as the sediment sinks through, you're then passing more and more flavour through the beer. So what hops did they double dry hop it with?
Well, in it at the moment, a Centennial, Chinook, Citra, Harlequin, and Dorado.
I've never heard of Harlequin.
Harlequin's a newer British variety of hop, and it basically is the kitchen sink. They just chucked everything in it. I'm reading here. I'm reading notes that I've made, and some of the reviews are saying it. On the nose, it's fruit cocktail syrup. Yeah,
I get that.
I do not cocktail.
Oh, you get a cocktail from that.
Yeah, no, I do. I do get that. The ones with the little maraschino cherries and stuff in them, yeah.
I don't like that either. Being dismissive about cocktails. I mean,
cocktail
really,
fruit. Fruit cocktail.
It's
No.
It's not aggressive, is it? It's not very bitter either. There's a really low bitterness to it. I joked about it tasting like smelling like a bongo, but actually it does taste a little bit like a fruit shandy.
Yeah, it's yeah. The problem is it's pretty easy to drink.
Yeah, the 6%. That's dangerous, right?
My first taste of it was like, it's horrible.
Yeah,
but now I'm kind of having a couple more. But I'm pretty certain that's the 6% alcohol doing that.
I think interestingly, it's. I always try and think of people's journey. We talked about neck oil being a gateway beer a few weeks ago. That's one that someone could switch from a. I think even the appearance would put a lager drinker off from trying this, but actually it's not as bitter. Doesn't have those after notes that maybe some of the ghost ships that we had last week that has. It leaves a very fresh, citrusy, almost generally shandy sort of. Yeah. I'm going to say phlegm, but that's not the right word. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, I know.
I'm doing a bizarre thing with my fingers on my chin, which only works on video. This is a podcast, so ignore that bit. It just feels. It definitely needs to be cold, right? Because it's so hazy. And you've talked about you've talked about the protein as causing it to be hazy before.
Right? There's the protein from the malts that cause the haze. But again, it needs to be cold because if that was warm, it would be undrinkable.
Yeah, it's less bitter.
In my opinion.
Yeah, true.
Only my opinion, because obviously I'm not the arbiter of taste, but.
No, but you are the expert from Beer Tasting 123 on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And if you haven't followed Matt on Instagram, then also log on. We're now there together as Beer Together 123. We like to make it easy for you to remember, so we just stick 3 numbers on the end and keep them the same. So Beer Together 123 on Instagram. Join us and join our community because we want to hear your thoughts. Have you tried Buxton Brewery's fresh pulp with the I almost said something that made this explicit episode as well, with the somewhat surprised passion fruit. Have you tried it? What are your thoughts? Please feel free to disagree with us because we are not the arbiters of all things that are right. I think Matt likes to refer himself, and I think you've done before, as an everyman.
Yeah. But not every man.
No, not every man. God, no. I mean, that would be ridiculous.
That would be terrible.
I'm still trying to find out more about this Harlequin hop. I hadn't heard of it before.
I know very little, but I know it's a newish British hop rather than the American. A lot of the hazies and the beers that are being used the hops are being used are American hops, and it's nice to see that we've started to get kind of people making the same kind of hops over here, or using the same kind of hops that deliver the same result, but they're not an American product. They're a British product,
I did a quick bit of research while you were nattering there, and apparently it's all about the citrus and the candied fruits, which I get from this, and it's a granddaughter of the Godiva hop, which we've certainly used in the past as well. So as people are evolving flavours, it's really interesting to see they're not just evolving flavours, but trying to continually mix and match hops. They're coming up with new ones all day, every day. I haven't got very far through this pint as of yet.
I probably
got
doing
all
further than I was expecting. Yeah, it's getting better.
Okay. So while it's still cold and decent, we've both worked in kitchens in the past, and we like our food. This one is going to be interesting on your opinions on the food, because a giant bowl of fruit salad is different to my mind.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And one that wasn't particularly well put together. Probably contains far too much grapefruit.
I think Buxton are no longer going to be sponsoring this episode of the podcast.
Look, it isn't for me. Then again, I will say that it's better than I was expecting. It's better than I feared.
Yeah.
Or it's not as bad as I feared it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because really, when I saw the can, I'm like, what the? I would expect this to be on a can of Umbongo or whatever it may be, a box of Umbongo. It's not, as I said, it's not for me, but There is a market out there, I'm sure. I know, but I guess unfortunately it isn't me.
I mean, I also there's some things that will go well with it. I think things like a kimchi fried chicken burger, that sort of South Korean. You got the zest of the kimchi with the fried chicken and the fruits. It will all kind of tie nicely together. I also think actually it's one of those that would go with those really salty cheeses. We've talked about it before, actually, with sweet things. We talked about pork. We talked about
I suppose you have kind of what's it called? I'm trying to think of the word. You have
those things that you're thinking of,
pickles and relishes.
Vinaigrette. Yeah.
That you would be able to do, and it would be the similar type of mixture or matcha.
Yeah. I also don't know much about the Buxton Brewery. I don't know, apart from me getting confused with
a little.
Apart from me getting confused with Bakewell, hence why I picked it up.
Now, this brewery is it's a fantastic story. In 2009,
right,
they made their first beer.
2009.
Right? 2009 on January the 1st, 2009.
Wow.
And it was done. The brew house was the family garage, and the batch size was 40 litres.
40?
40.
That was our batch size. How come we not? How come we're not in Tesco?
That is what we set out to do.
Yeah.
But they obviously did it better. Because after a year, 12 months, getting positive feedback, people enthusiastic about it, then they did the classic up move, which was the term is cuckoo brewing. So you brew in somebody else's microbrewery.
Oh, okay. So I know that Wadworth do that. They have a microbrewery within their main plant, and people can
come and use it.
Yeah. Okay.
So they did that for a period of time, and now the business employs 20 people.
Yeah.
7,000 square foot building in Buxton, and they're brewing 3,500 litres per brew, and they're doing that 8 to 10 times a week.
No.
Yeah.
What we could have done if we hadn't gone to the pub.
Could have done.
If we hadn't gone to the pub every time we brewed.
Yeah. If we'd taken it seriously.
I
actually had a chat with someone who talked about some of the one of the posts that I had, one of the reels, and he came back and left a comment, and I went back to him, and he brews his own, about 40 litres a pop, and he's enjoying doing it. And I'm just saying we shouldn't have been allowed anywhere near any form of brewing equipment.
Yeah.
And then it was really nice because he says, well, he played it down a little bit. He said, I use a single pot, really.
Right.
To brew and to mash in and to, not to brew in, but to mash and to boil. And I said, so did we. And we still mucked it up. We had a terrible way of doing it. We were awful. We had sparging kit as well. We did.
We had an attachment for my drill. I don't know what that was about, but we had one.
Yeah. So I admire anybody that can do it, and this company I admire absolutely. They've really done what I'd love to have done.
Yeah,
but I had no talent,
nor
did I have the patience.
Yeah. I think patience was the problem rather than the talent. Because when we made it with someone, we made it in was it Hackney we went to? The Arches, and we made 2 weeks. We did some brewing there, and we had someone watching us do it. We made something amazing. It was brilliant. Tasted fantastic. Looked like beer. Tasted like beer. It was brilliant. However,
that left us that gave us a false sense of security, and we were really not very good at it.
No. We talked about craft beer definition. It's not important, to be fair, whether it's mainstream or not. But I think we talked about it last week, so it's kind of nice to keep it going again. And we basically said there's only one country, right, which is Italy.
Yeah.
Where your beautiful wife's from, and their definition check is it's got to be unpasteurized or unfiltered.
Unpasteurized and unfiltered.
It's got to come from an independent brewery, so it can't be part of Anheuser-Busch.
Part of
it's got to produce under, and one thing I do need to look up at some point is what a hectolitre is. Don't know what a litre is. Oh, okay, that's easy.
200 is 1,000 litres, I think.
So 200,000 hectolitres is basically what you're saying.
200,000 litres.
Hectolitres, you said.
Yeah.
Which I would think would be 2 million litres. You're saying 200 at me. It's not going to help
200 hectolitres, I think.
Yeah. So they're the three things we said last week. If you put this against it, Buxton produces way less from what you just said of 200,000 hectolitres, assuming that's 2 million. It is an independent brewer, tick, and it's hazy as a normal day by the beach in Bognor. It's unpasteurised and it's unfiltered. So tick, tick, tick. It's a craft beer according to our definition that we're adopting from Italia.
Yeah, hectolitre is 100 litres.
So 200,000 would be 2 million.
Yeah. But if they're making 3,500 litres...
Well, we're doing live maths. This could go dangerously, folks.
So it's 35,000...
Talk about yourself.
Top end, it's 35,000 litres a week. Times 52. Yeah.
300. Yeah. See, look at that. If it's 11s, we're counting kegs. Matt and I can beat every single one of you into counting kegs, no matter how many kegs there are. But normal numbers like 5s and 2s, absolutely no chance. No chance at all. No, and that's the trick. That's the trick from the pub, right? We remember doing stock taking, and Matt and I vanished downstairs, and you count in the 11-gallon containers. And we come back after 5 minutes, having counted the entire cellar. People will be like, "What? Well, that's the beers you got." Other people go down and go, right, they've got 11. There's 9 11s, and plus another 9. That's 18 11s. Oh, God, what's 18 11s? We're going to 198. I mean, it's really not hard.
No, it's not.
It's really not hard.
So I learned, I'm reasonably good with maths. It's all in approximates. So it's never exactly the right answer. It's never exactly the right answer, but it's close enough, you know.
I think by definition with maths, never being exactly the right answer means you're not
it's close
good at
enough.
maths.
I've got an idea in it. So I learn't that, but I learned that playing darts.
Right.
You learn to add up and you learn to take away. Obviously, when you're playing darts. Because if you weren't, I grew up in the villages of Cambridgeshire and played for the odd dart team there in pubs. And if you weren't go on.
Can I just clarify? The odd dart team, is that a dart team made up of odd people?
No. I played for pubs, different pubs that I've been going to or I go to as a teenager, early 20s. And if you weren't quick enough adding your points up, you got a dart at the back of your head. Because they wanted to throw again, you know, you were trying to do your maths, carried a 1, like, you know, take that away from that, your tongue out the side of your mouth, and then, honestly, they'd start throwing the darts at you. You were, they'd be banging it down from the hockey, and you'd be like, "What? Where's that come from?" Shoot past your ear roll.
Some really bad Britain's Got Talent show.
Oh. No, so you got quick. So you got quick with the maths. Well, but that's how I learned maths.
Fair. Okay, we're talking about the fresh pulp from Buxton Brewery. I am probably halfway through mine, and beginning to think I might want to change my life direction and have something different. There's a lot of sediment in the bottom of the can when you tip it out, by the way.
Oh, there was. I just put the last bit of that, and that's hazed up. Yeah, even more.
Hazed up a good one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
I'm trying to think on people's journey where this would fit. If you're a ghost ship aficionado, no, not for you. If you're a neck oil and you haven't tried a hazy, would you be safer with this than the hazy, Jane?
No, not in any shape or form.
That's because you like hazy, Jane.
This is for people who like proper fruit punch type IPAs.
Okay.
Really do. You know, it's that one that's that NEIPA. If you really like that proper fruity, tropical fruit flavour, then this is perfect. But I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. But This one really doesn't. It just jars. The flavour for me jars. It's not sweet enough. It's not bitter enough. There's something not right in my taste.
For you, I mean, I find it palatable for one. Okay, it's not a 2-can one, and we talked about bottle shops in the past. I don't want to keep banging the same drum on and on again, but they would very much. This is one of those I'd go and try. Let's give it a go. And to be fair,
I've given it a go, and I don't like it.
In the supermarket where we bought these from this time, it was one of those where it was 4 for a certain price, and I thought, you know what, let's try it. I think it's 3 for a certain price, whatever it was. I thought, you know what, we'll go with an oldie.
And I still only bought 2. I just didn't like it. No, so there is a can in my fridge here. So next time you're around, I'll bring it over. You can have it.
Right. I don't want it.
Because I'm not having that.
It's slightly creamy as well. To go back to that malt stout, to milk stout, not milk stout we had. But also thinking back with the milk stout and the malts being the ones that bring the flavours. And last week I said very foolishly that we should make sure we talk about the malts more because they're important. They have nothing to play in this beer. They have no part. Your face is currently perfectly resembling the passion fruit on the front of the can. Yeah. I don't know where the image comes from.
Yeah.
But there's the malts in it. I imagine they're pale malts. I'm not entirely sure. You can be the expert. You can look it up. It's
if you can edit this out, that looks like an angry bumhole.
I can't edit that out now. It's all gone horribly to pot. I'm trying to be serious about malts and he's talking about bumhole. I mean, I don't know what barleys or anything are in it. All malts. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to ride through this whether it kills me or not. It's all about the hops. It's there, and it's not a pub beer brand. It's not the ghost shit we talked about it being there, and the fun and joy you'd have having a pint before a Sunday lunch. Or it's not a neck oil that tells you it's a safe place to have. It's definitely not a pub beer brand. It's a proper beer enthusiast territory, right? It's someone who wants to go, you know what? I'm going to try something different. And whether you try it again is personal taste. We're not going to dictate that to you. Join the community and comment on Instagram, Beer Together 123 and Beer Tasting 123. And on TikTok, I haven't got a clue what it's called because I don't listen to anything. Do you listen to TikTok? Or do you watch it? I don't know. I don't do that. I do?
Yes.
Okay. Are you Beer 123, Beer Together, Beer Tasting 123 on TikTok?
123. Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever put any cats on there dancing with you? No?
No dancing cats. No dancing. None of that. Just pretty much the same as you see on Instagram, but
awesome.
To a lot more people.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I'm just being pious for no reason at all.
You are.
We talk about food. We've done that a little bit today, but it is that. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking you'd have one pint with a meal, but I don't think it complements the meal. I don't think it. I don't know. I just feel this is fighting for your attention. It's a bit like an only child. I can think of. It's all about me.
Yeah. Then, as a brewery, they've got other beers that are better. They also do a lot of collaborations, so other breweries.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So the most notable one so far is with a Swedish company called Omnipollo. And they made a series of ice cream inspired stouts.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding me?
Yeah. No. Ice cream
Omnipollo.
Omnipollo.
You said a Swedish company. I mean, you thought they might have made some sideboards or a very, very safe car, but
no. It was this. I've seen them about. It's again, they're not for me. These are. As far as, are they drinkable? We talked about the Brewdog collaboration with the German brewery a few years ago and making one that was basically whiskey.
Stuffed squirrel.
Yeah. And are they a serious beer? I'm not sure. Is this Fresh Pulp a serious beer? Or is it, we'll stick it on the market, we'll see what, there must be a market for it. There must be people out there that would drink this and drink it a lot.
Yeah.
Or is it people like us that will go, well, let's try it. The only time we do it. and there's enough of those people out there to get rid of, to drink an entire run of the beers.
Yeah.
But you're not going to drink another one. I don't know. Are they built for people like me? No, because my drinking history is started off with bitters and haven't really changed the way I drink. I will drink, I'll drink NEIPAs and I'll drink Hazies and I'll drink pale ales and I'll drink quite a lot of things anyway. But I didn't start on this kind of beer. So it's even now, we were talking about Hazy Jane and people and things like that. But they're still, although Hazy Jane is kind of a mainstream of beer that I drink, anything more hazy or anything more fruity, then I find it all is getting onto the realms of, well, let's not have many of these at all.
And we talked in episode 2 when we had Hazy Jane about the fact that we accidentally got different beers. And you got the guava.
I had the guava. Yeah, because my wife.
How does that compare to this fresh pulp, not having had a guava ever, or B in a beer ever?
Yeah, I think it's favourable. I would prefer to drink the Hazy Jane guava because the taste is cleaner. This is a muddy, it's not a muddy taste, but there's a lot of fruit in it, and I've got no kind of handle on it. Just seems to be fruit for fruit's sake. It
shows for me, and I get we do differ in our taste of beer somewhat. It shows the power of the hop. It really evidences is the wrong word. Exhibitions, right word? It'll do. Exhibits. It really exhibits. Yeah. That's the word. Really exhibits the power of a hop over the power of a blended with a malt. So if you were to put hops and malt as a sort of sliding scale, and say a beer in the middle would be possibly Ghost Ship, where you get the malt as well as you get the hops. And then you go to, we'll talk about beers we've had, so we go to Theakston's Milk Stout being the other end, where it's not about the hops, it's all about the milk. This one is so far off the other end of the hop scale. It's got its own pogo stick. It's mad. I suppose we should do our Choose the Fighter as we always do on this. And the current incumbent is Neck Oil, which interestingly...
Neck Oil.
You can't just shout neck oil.
Neck oil.
You have to go through the 3 categories of flavour, drinkability, and occasion. Number
neck
1.
Oil.
I'm going to punch you if I can, but you go somewhere else, so it doesn't work. Right. We talk about flavour, and we actually talked about Vic's secret, bringing that the citrus flavour coming through at the end of it. And you just shout neck oil as the answer to each of these, like getting involved, just because you're slightly obsessed with the intruded passion fruit staring at you on the can. Yeah. Let's start with flavour, and just not whether you like the flavour,
no,
but how the flavour sits. And we said that neck oil was about 7.5 last week.
Yeah, I give that less only because, again, it just seems to be a muddle of fruit flavours. It's just fruit flavour.
Yeah, but that's complicated to make in a beer, right?
Well, no, I'm not saying that it isn't well made, and I'm not saying that it isn't a good and valid beer. What I'm saying is I think the flavour is just fruit. Tropical fruit. There's no leading edge. There's no passion fruit. There's no guava. There's no mango. There's no... It's just a muddle.
Not sure I totally agree in that, well, I think when you first have it, you get the umbongo effect of just loads of fruit in your face. But as it sort of fades away, I definitely get pineapple coming through as my final flavour. I'm sat here now you're going to sip and disagree with me, but I sit there thinking there's pineapple, then that merges into sort of a grapefruity, mango-y. There's a subtle step down at the end of it. But I see your point. It is fruit and fruit and fruit and fruit, whereas neck oil is the malt, the hops. They all kick in at different points. I'd actually say that Ghost Ship is more preferable to me, not a better beer, but more preferable to me. No. You had that biscuit taste, where the problem with fruit is after a while the residue's almost acidic, which is causing that do me weird fingers by my throat thing again.
Yeah, you do.
Claggy. We'll go with claggy. It leaves a claggy taste in your mouth. Yeah. So whilst it's big and it's juicy and it's fruity and it's flavour wise, I actually find the aftertaste after a while irritates me. I want a glass of water.
Yeah, that's how I think.
So I'll let you shout which wins.
It has to be neck oil in that way. In that one, it has to be neck oil. Yeah.
And then drinkability. I mean, this is fairly easy, to be fair. We talk about drinkability being how many you can have in a row, and I've struggled to finish the first can because it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and to be fair, even on the can they say if you're an exploring type, always ready to take the path less trodden, you've found your tribe. Where adventure's always brewing. Sometimes I like to be watching EastEnders and not going on an adventure.
Yeah. I'd never, not watching EastEnders. I'd rather be doing something else.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Cutting me toenails, things like that. Anything but this. Terrible beer.
I don't watch EastEnders either, but I wouldn't recover with cutting my toenails. So drinkability, it's not a session beer. We may have to address that further down the line because we're going to have to struggle to beat a session beer that's neck oil.
Maybe we'll retire neck oil at some point.
Maybe at the end of the season we'll start again. It can't be reincarnated. We'll see. But so for me, for round 2 drinkability, it's neck oil again.
Yeah. I think it's not just about the amount of time that how often I can drink it. It's during the day. When it's
everyone to occasion.
6%. Yeah, occasion then. So it's 6% beer. You can't drink it. You shouldn't be drinking this. You're not going to drink too many of them.
This is the first pint of the night. If you're on a night out with some friends, we talked about quiz night last week. If you go to doing the quiz night, this is the first pint before the quiz starts.
Okay, but where do you go after that?
Home.
That's going to take. It's not just about the. It's not about the alcohol, the ABV, or the 6% or whatever it may be. Where do you go? You drink anything else, it's going to be
red wine.
The first couple of sips are going to be like, well, that's nasty. You're going to have to drink a pint of something like
neck oil,
something bland. I was thinking Cruz Campo or one of them.
Wow, it's had that much of an effect on you.
Yeah, I'd drink. Then after that, it would be a can of Carling.
Is that only because you want to avoid
just to take the taste and be bland again? Go on to the bland.
Is that because you refuse to drink water?
Yeah, of course,
absolutely.
I wouldn't drink water.
You definitely would not drink this by accident. You choose to drink it. It's just a proper modern craft beer, right? It's not trying to please everyone. It hasn't pleased everyone in this conversation. I don't mind it. I'm with Matt. I need something else next. And that'll probably be a cup of tea and a biscuit. Not going to bed.
Not a Carling then.
No, but it is trying to be great. And what it is, it's brewers let rip. Shows what you can do.
Yeah, it is, and this is why I like the idea of it, and I love the kind of the this is brewers who are, don't be poking that thing at the camera. I told you what I think it looks like, and I'm finding it very disturbing because I'm not saying it again. Because although that also is a word I've been told I'm not allowed to say.
Oh, really? I've got 2 explicit programs in a row. This is awful. I've just unticked those boxes. Anyway, choose your fighter. Flavour, neck oil. Drinkability, neck oil. Occasion,
neck oil.
Neck oil. So it stays on to fight another day. You know what? If someone offered me a can of that at a summer party and I was just popping round for that and, as we said, some fairly punchy food, I wouldn't be upset. I'd have it. But would I actively go out of my way? Did you buy 2? Oh, you fool.
Yeah. I thought that's what we were doing. You said we go through, over the time, we drink 2 of the beers. And next thing, because that's what happened to us a few weeks ago. We drank 2 of those beers and they were horribly, horribly strong. And by the end of it, I was a gibbering wreck. I went downstairs to speak to my gorgeous wife, and she was like, "Are you okay? We had a stroke."
There is an episode that will never, ever be released. It is of us going,
It was. There was one that I remember that day.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I don't. That's a problem. So, neck oil stays on in our Tutor Fighter. Buxton Brewery, proper craft ale, showing what they can do. You know what? To use Matt's terms from Beer Tasting 123 on Instagram, and where more people watch them on TikTok. I'll give in on that one. Give it a go. It's an experience. It's what craft beer can be like. It's ticks all the Italian craft beer definition check marks. And you know what? It'll find its tribe. And again, with us, connect with us on Instagram, comment on our webpage, whatever you want to do. Be part of our community and tell us how wrong we are that when you try it, you love it, because we'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions and other things we should try. Remember, we would rather not drink sours. Please don't comment that. But I do promise that if I can get hold of it, I do promise that if you comment and recommend it, then I will buy it for Matt and we will have it if I can get hold of it. It's just a horrible statement. And on that note, I think we should finish this one. So my name is Elton. Oh, got it wrong. Oh, no!
Your name isn't Elton.
My name is Elton.
I know.
Your name is Matt.
And you are Elton.
Oh, I feel an idiot now. We are Beer Together, and we'll see you really soon.